It's no secret that the price of the Atelier Wen Perception had jumped up by 50% over its 2-year life. Now we know that prices have risen a lot across the board recently, but when a watch is popular for how unbelievably affordable it is, well, fans may start to wonder when the returns are diminishing. While $3,000 for a guilloché dial handmade by a single artisan still sounds like a decent deal, other aspects of the Perception started to feel lacking compared to its competitors. Well, Atelier Wen have heard the feedback and come out with a second version, refined to every detail and more impressive than ever. The dials of these watches are obviously the main appeal, but let's circle back to that once we've covered the changes. I think that the most transformative update lies with the bracelet, which used to be flat both visually and physically. Atelier Wen have now given polished bevels to the edges of each link, adding a huge amount of depth and sophistication. Now to me, this is what has really elevated the Perception back into its own price bracket. It's the subtle details which really count here. In changing the bracelet, the lugs have also been given a fresh profile. The angle of the slope has been sharpened up, giving the case a bit more visual rigidity and actually improving how it fits on the wrist. The lug-to-lug length is still 47mm, but your eyes are drawn to that crisp break, which now feels like the end of the case and the start of the integrated bracelet. The Chinese pagoda shapes are still evident, forming the nautilus-like wings which extend out to 40mm in diameter, and a 9.4mm thickness is always impressive for an automatic watch with 100 meters of water resistance. Watch fans are detail obsessed by default, and that's why guilloché is such an appealing art form. There are endless ways to make new hypnotic patterns, each bringing new life to all the colors we've seen before. Forgive me for any of the coming pronunciation of words, but these dials, made by Master Cheng Yukai on his hand-built Rose engine, have a pattern reminiscent of a choppy oceanscape, especially through the bright blue Piao dial. The one we have here is called Zia, and it's a beautiful take on a salmon dial, with notes of pink grapefruit and sherbet orange. It meshes with the highly rounded and polished bezel to bring out the Perception's dressiest side. There's also an ephemeral brownish grey dial called Ying, which brings out a lot of mystery in the dial's texture. Powering the watch is a Dandong SL1588, and it's always refreshing to see a watch with national pride that doesn't just palm off to a Swiss movement. Now this particular caliber is still a bit of an unknown entity, but the reviews from customers have been great. Behind the face of a guardian dragon, newly deepened with background texture, you can peer into the movement with a 41-hour power reserve beating at 4 Hz. It's also regulated from the factory, giving accuracy levels of ±10 seconds per day. Now for the money, and this dial design alone, it really pricks my interest. But I'm curious to know, what do you think of this offer from Atelier Wen? Does it tickle the right boxes for you? Let me know in the comments below. The new Atelier Wen Perception is currently available at a recommended retail price of $3,288 US. You can pre-order from their website with a 20% deposit, with delivery allocations in March 2024 or January 2025. Now, if you have enjoyed this video and you have not yet subscribed to Time+Tide, well, we need your support. And it's as simple as a click of a button. I'll see you on the flip side.